you ever wondered how to make these lovely cutaway diagrams, complete with the colour as well, the colour edging, the line work, all that sort of stuff, but equally if you wondered how to do it and not absolutely kill your model with, you know, exploding it and cuts and all that sort of stuff, well, here's the answer. Before we get into it, I just want to acknowledge that I've downloaded this from 3D Warehouse, this model. It's the house in Monterrey, Mexico by Tadao. We may as well explore iconic architecture while we're here. And I would actually recommend you read the article on the zine as well. It's an absolutely stunning house. It's a little quirky, you know, but sometimes star architects get a little bit carried away, don't they? But this is absolutely fantastic. So this is the project we're using, and first things first, I want to just turn the shadows off, and we're using Vray for SketchUp here, and the reason being is Vray has an amazing tool called a clipper, which we'll get into shortly. What I want to start with is a material override. If we then just take a shot, we've then got our full scene in white. Then I want to make a new material. I'm going to call this grey base, and then we're going to make an outline override, the base being then the grey base. If we then jump back to our override colour, we should have our outline override in, and there we go. There's our lovely outlines. Let's throw the resolution up just to see how that line work looks. So that's interesting. I'd probably drop it a tiny bit. Let's also increase the lightness of that. Where are we? Where's our outline? Let's change the width to 1. Just so it's a little less prominent. Okay, so that's nice. We want to do an isometric view as well. So let's just get right into the thing, something like that. We're obviously not, we're not replicating this exactly, but it's the technique. I'll leave it to you guys to model lovely buildings like that. Then what I like to do is let's change our lighting to a nice studio lighting. In order to do that, we drop in a dome light. It can go anywhere. I just don't want it to conflict with any geometry, so I'll just pop it there like that. Where are we? Search, HDRIs, studio. Let's go for this one. Doesn't matter too much really, again, we're just talking techniques. That then drops into your little texture area here. So we copy that and then we paste it here. Just paste as copy will do. There we go, look at that. Turn your sunlight off. That's looking lovely as well. But we do want to either increase the exposure or the intensity of the light. Let's do exposure first. So that's quite interesting. Love the warmth we're getting from one angle as well. Fluke that, to be completely honest. Then what I want to do is, where's my Cosmos again? Materials. Always have your glass as glass. So let's bring in a nice V-Ray glass. And then a lovely technique in Vray is to select that, right click, select objects in scene, and then right click on the new material, apply to selection. We haven't quite got all the glass, this hasn't worked down here. So we've just got duplicates, so that's fine. Apply to selection, select objects in scene. So I just want to deselect, I just want to double check. Yeah, okay. And then in the glass, we then, where it says can be overridden, we uncheck that so our material override doesn't affect it. And there we go. So, you know, it just shows a little bit more detail when you allow the glass, or you leave the glass as glass, obviously. It would be nice as well, and sorry I am teasing you a little bit, it would be nice to have some trees and things. Just in the view. Just trying to give us the best possible. Best possible setting, really. Let's just push that one away. Oh, apologies. Now they're a little dense. I might take a second render just to get rid of the line work from them, but still gives you the idea. Right, so then what we do is we create a box and we use this as our device to carve through the model. So we don't need to explode anything. Let me just turn on X-ray so I can just grab the handle a little bit better. So that'll do. Right. And then up here, we've got this little chap, convert to clipper. That then appears here. Now we're getting some strange results because of the outline override. It actually looks like an amazing diagram. Let me just turn off. Sorry, not that. There's another option for you though, but it's not the override, it's the... Let's just revert it to the grey base. Now what's nice about this is it obviously doesn't go through the floor, so let's try and replicate that. So maybe it's just that sort of extent. I also noticed that it's like it's cutting through a partial bit of wall, so it's making it appear solid. Let's have a look at that. And now what we can do is, we don't need to be restricted by a simple box. We can even drag that down. So see the way on here, it steps all over the place. Well, this is how you do it. So as I say, we don't want to go through the floor. Let's just take one more. So that'll do. It's quite interesting. It's not exactly what we're after. I'm just trying to demonstrate the technique, as I've mentioned. Now, in here where you've got use object material, you uncheck that. Let's then create a material, and we'll go for the yellow, the same sort of yellow. Something like that. Let's give it a little bit of reflection as well. And then in the clipper, we then select the material, yellow. And it should be very clear then. The reason it didn't was we haven't turned the override off. So now we can see what's happening. So it's eating into the landscape up there. So we obviously only want to show walls and things. So let's pull it away from the landscape there. And sometimes the original geometry can be to blame a little. You need to make sure that it's all closed. See, like these open elements there. So it might just be that the actual geometry needs cleaning up, but I think you get the idea. Just not fully getting why. So that's a bit disappointing. Just to show what, I'm sure you get the idea, but if that's open-ended at the bottom like that, it doesn't recognise it as a solid wall. If I then just copy that and show you what I mean. See the way now the cut is as it should be. So what I'm going to do for ease, it looks as though this little bit over here is working as it should. So that'll do. Let me then change the render settings to turn progressive off. Let's just drop the resolution a touch. So that's rendered. It's not the highest quality, but it gives you an idea. 3D cutaway. Let's just do a folder visuals, and this is a no line way. I would then render one with the line way. Forgive the fan noise if you can hear it, just we're rendering, so the computer's working hard now. So we've then got our line work one, and what's very cool about this is it takes the line work of what it's cutting through as well. I actually don't mind that. So line work render. However, we also obviously want the line work of the building as well. Could even do something like that. Where are we? Nice high resolution. So we've got model line work as well. We're then in Photoshop. And what I like to do is, if you want to get rid of this line work here, if I just do it quite crudely, you can then just simply rub it out like that. You could obviously use lasso tools and all that sort of stuff. But there is a nice effect where you could just do 50% like that. I think that looks well. To prevent this kind of ghosting in as well, you would have to then apply the outline material to the objects that are seen through the clipper. So see here the way there's line work around the people and the desks and stuff. They would have that material applied to them just to avoid this like ghosting in effect. Another thing to consider is to actually use the SketchUp line work. There's a little bit of eyeballing it. That'll do us. And then you can actually, so if I just jump back, you're actually adding a little bit more information in as well. See the way you've got that little bit of transparency to work with. To get that a bit more accurate, by the way, as well, you would turn on safe frame there, and then that's the view it's rendering, and then you just match that to the export, but you get the idea. And yeah, that's how you do a non-destructive cutaway using Vray and SketchUp. Nice one.